بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. My dear student, greeting to you all. Today, inshallah, we will carry on with our English language lessons for the second year. My name is teacher Inas Al-Hadathi. So as you can see, we are still going through with our wonderful unit. The name of the unit is called My Body. My Body. This will be the second lesson, lesson number 2. So let's start. Bismillah. Let's start by revising what we have learned in the previous lesson. We were able to introduce different body parts. My head, a mouth, 2 arms, and we were able to differentiate between singular and plural body parts. Okay, so by the end of the lesson, inshallah, you'll be able to describe people, give descriptions of people. Also, we'll be able to introduce facial parts, because in the previous lesson we focused on the actual body parts, but today we'll be focusing on describing the facial parts, and we will learn how to use left and right properly. So this is the cover of unit 4. Remember, this is the last unit of your book number 2. The name is My Body. My Body. Let's start. Body parts, that was our lesson before. Let's start with this exercise. As you can see, to your left I have the different body parts, and to your right I have the names. So let's start reading the names. Arm, leg, toes, head, knee, foot, hand and fingers. Okay, so let's start with the first picture. What do you think this body part is? It is the boy's head. Very good. It's a head. For the next one, I have, what do you think? I have an arm. Very good. I have an arm. Excellent. For the next one, I have a hand. I have a hand. Next, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 10 fingers. Very good. 10 fingers. Next, I have a leg, then I have a knee, next I have a foot, and last but not least, I have toes. I have toes. Now notice that some of the body parts here, some of them are singular, the other are plural. Now, I need you to take a look at this picture and tell me, what was the first thing that crosses your mind? What was the first thing that crossed your mind? Here I have, very good, I have different people with different facial parts. I can see people with dark skin, people with light skin, people with green eyes, people with black eyes, people with black hair, with blonde hair, with brown hair, people with mustache. Okay, so people are different, and as I told you in this lesson, we will be able to describe people based on their facial parts. Very good. So as you can see, no one here is the same as the other person. They have different and distinctive facial parts. Now, we will talk about my face. My face. So we'll be talking about things that are in my face. Before we do that, I need you to take 30 seconds to read this verse from Quran, and then we will be back together. Now, as you can see here, I have a boy. I only have his face. I don't have his whole body, just his face. And then I try to cut down the important facial parts. Starting from the right bottom, I have his nose, right? And then I have his cheek, his ear, his eyebrow, his hair, his eye, his mouth, and his chin. So these are the facial part of this boy. different facial part. Now, let's describe this boy. He has brown eyes and he has brown hair, right? If I'm going to describe this boy, I will say he has brown hair and brown eyes. Now, you have this at your book at page 48. I need you to open this. Remember, we will be talking only about the facial parts. So let's start with the upper part and then go down to the lower part. Look and say, I've got what? I've got a black hair. I've got black hair, green eyes, a mouth, an ear, a nose, teeth. Let's read again. I've got black hair, green eyes, a mouth, an ear, a nose, and a teeth. Now, notice that we only talk about his or her facial parts only. We talked about teeth, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hair. They are all in my face or in my head. Moving to the lower part, as you can see, read and match. Here I have 5 pictures, okay? 5 different pictures of 5 different people. To the right, I have 5 words. Let's read them. Blonde hair, green eyes, glasses, brown eyes, and long hair. Let's start with number 1. Where do you think number 1 is? The blonde hair. Where's the blonde hair, my dear student? Very good. That is the blonde hair. Make sure you write number 1 in the correct place. Blonde hair. Then I have green eyes. Green eyes. Very good. Let's start with the long hair. Let's go with the pictures. Follow the pictures. Starting with the blonde hair, then going to the long hair. Next, it's obvious that I have someone wearing glasses. Very good. So I have number 3, glasses. Next, I have brown eyes. Number 4, very good, brown eyes. And for the last one, I have green eyes. Very good. So let's go ahead and read our answers one more time. Blonde hair, long hair. Now, the opposite of long hair is short hair, because in a minute, we'll be giving descriptions of different people. Glasses, brown eyes, green eyes. Okay, now, below number 3, I have the plural of some facial parts. Like what, for example? Tooth, that's singular. Teeth are plural. Ear, ears. Eye, eyes. Very good. So I have plural nouns. Let's read them one more time. Tooth, teeth, ear, ears, eye, eyes. Very good, my dear student. Excellent. Now, here, as you can see, I have, again, boy's head, okay? And I have all the facial parts to your right. Let's read them first, and then let's match and write them in the correct place. Hair, mouth, nose, eyes, ears, cheek, and chin. Let's start with the first one. Very good. I have the hair. I have the hair. Very good. He has blonde hair. Next, I have his ear. Very good. How many does he have of each? He has 2 ears. He has 2 ears. Very good. Next, I have his eye. Eye. Very good. Now he has, let's describe his eyes. He has blue eyes. He has blue eyes. Next, I have a mouth. Very good. A mouth. Excellent. Next, I have chin. Chin. Very good. Right next to it, we have his cheek. cheek. And for the last body part, or sorry, facial part, I have his nose, his nose. Let's go and read our answers one last time. Hair, ear, eye, mouth, chin, cheek, and nose. Very good, very good. Same, but this one is less complicated. Let's start with the first one. I have his mouth. I have his mouth. Then an eye. We will be describing the color of his eyes and his hair. Then I have hair, nose, and ear, Now, let's describe him. He has what? We could say that he has brown hair and brown eyes. Very good. Unlike the other boy who has blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, now be careful because in a minute we'll be playing a very interesting game called Who Are We Talking About? Now, before we do that, let's introduce these two signs. What do I mean by these two signs? As you can see, I have two red arrows pointing at different directions. Okay, we are talking about right and left. So here I have right hand and left hand. As you can see, as it shows on your screen, you can make sure by having the same sign with your hands. I have my right hand and I have my left hand, right and left. Now, here at page 49, we need to introduce these two words and practice using right and hands. I'll be zooming for the upper part. Look and say right and left. Now, as you can see here, I have two arms, but I cannot decide which arms are we pointing at. As you can see, the first arm, he's pointing or he's waving with his right hand or right arm. Very good. So I have right hand. Right next to it, I have left hand or left arm. Okay, that's the difference between right and left. Remember, we need always to eat with our right hands. Right hands, very good. Now, how about this man? He goes left, he goes right. Now, let's read these sentences one more time. Right hand, left hand. He goes left, he goes right. And then I have the two signs left and right. Now, I need you to do something for me. I need you to put up your right hand for me. Put up your right hand and then point at your right eye, for example. Okay? And then put it down. Do the same with your left hand. Put up your left hand and point at your left eye. Very good job. That's the difference between left and right. Now, going to the lower part of page 49, I have this one. Show me game. I need you to play this one with any family member or perhaps your teachers when you go to school. Show me. Show me your right hand, my dear student. Show it to me. Put it up in the air. Where is your right hand? Put it up, up, up. Very good. That is your right hand. Now, show me your left arm. Point at your left arm. Very good. Excellent. How about showing me your right leg? Point at your right leg. Don't mix it with the left one. Point at your right leg. Very good. Show me your right eye. Where is your right eye? Point at your right eye. Very good. Now show me your left ear. You have to be quick in this game. Very good. That is your left ear. Okay? So make sure you differentiate between left and right. Between left and right. Now, as I mentioned earlier in this lesson, we will be able to describe people. Let's start easy. Let's start by describing this man. Let's try to describe it. What do you think? He has what, or he has got what, my dear student? He has got, very good, he has got, or he has brown hair. Very good. As you can see, he has brown hair. An easy one. Now, what other things do you think is distinctive that we can describe? Very good. The color of his eyes, he has green eyes. Very good. He has green eyes. How about his mouth? Do you think he has a small mouth or a big mouth? What do you think? He has a big mouth. Very good. He has a big mouth. Here we were able to describe this man. Let's read our descriptions one last time. He has brown hair. He has green eyes. He has a big mouth. A big mouth. Now, as you can see here, I have about 12 girls. Okay? They only share the gender. They are girls, but they are completely different. Okay? What I need you to get prepared to, I will ask you to describe one or try to find out who am I talking about. Okay? Now, as you can see here, I have 4 ladies. They are completely different, except of some common or some descriptions that they share. But let's start, or let me try to describe the lady that I have in my mind, and you will be able to give me the number. Am I talking about number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4? Okay, so the lady I'm talking about has got black hair. Okay, so she has got black hair. So sorry, number 4, you are out of the game. So now I have 3 ladies who has got black hair, right? Now, the lady I'm describing here has got long hair, not short, long hair. So that will leave number 3 again out of this game. Now, I have 2 ladies with long or medium long hair, black hair. Now, the lady I'm talking about has got a light skin. So, am I talking about number 1 or number 2? I am talking about, very good, number 1. So, number 2 is out of the game. I'm describing number 1. She has got black hair, light skin, and she's a lady. Now, I'll try to make it more complicated now. Here I have 15 kids, boys and girls. Now, who are we talking about? Who am I describing here? First, I'm talking about a girl, not a boy. So sorry boys, you are out of this game for now. No boys in this game, only girls. Okay? So all the numbers here I have are just girls. Okay? Now I'll try to give you another hint. The girl I'm describing has got a long hair, not a short hair, a long hair. So some girls here are leaving the game. Number 2, very good, number 5, and number 12. Now, also number 14. Now, I have only 4 girls in this game now. Number 4, 7, 10, and 11. Now, the girl that I have in my mind has got blonde hair. Not brown, not black, blonde hair. Who are we talking about? That will leave 4 and 10 out of the game. Very good. So, I only have 2 girls, 7 and 11. They are the only 2 girls who has blonde, long hair. But the girl I'm having in my mind is wearing glasses. Where do you think she is? Very good. The girl I'm describing from the beginning is number 7. She has got long blonde hair. She's wearing glasses. Very good. Now, You can't simply draw this one or use this one or practice the facial parts by having something like this. Have an empty face and try to draw the eyes, the nose and the mouth. Or perhaps, as you can see here, I have all the body parts mixed up. Try to rearrange it to have a face. Now, let's revise our lesson, my dear student. In this lesson, we introduce describing people based on what? Based on their facial parts. For example, I can have brown eyes, blue eyes, light skin, dark skin, long hair, short hair, people wearing glasses, and so on. So that was my lesson, my dear student. Until I see you next time, stay safe. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.